It's always the simple solutions to problems that are the absolute best, and this is a prime example of that. We have absolutely loads to cover today. I'm installing the holy grail of EV chargers, the Simpson and Partners. Got some really nice colours on this one. I'm installing the fuse box consumer unit, and also something new to me, which has been gifted to me, I'll be honest, which I've now used on several jobs, is this 2.4 kilowatt A3 portable battery station. And a quick intro, I am going to be doing a full review video on this, so that isn't in this video, but I'm going to show you how this works. We turn it on, we have this LED display. I've got 88% remaining, and that's because I've been hammering it the last few days. We have USB ports, USB-C, cigarette lighter port, and most importantly on the side, we have 3 socket outlets. I've been using my 240 drill on this, and it's worked brilliantly, and I'll show you that later. The EV charger is getting mounted here, and there's been some modifications made to the Simpson and Partners charger to make the installation even easier. And that's what I love about Simpson and Partners, is when you give them feedback on things, they take action. So that one of the owners, David, is coming here today to bring the modification part, which I'll install with you and show you how it works. This is going to make the installer's life so much easier. Meter tails, Cat 5, EV Ultra cable. I'm not using the spit gun at all today because I want to keep testing out this battery, and also you don't really get a good fixing in breeze block with the spit gun. This is the existing consumer unit, which is a no-go for me. Perfect. Woo. So with all that drilling done, if we go back to the battery, we are now at 85%, barely touched it. D-line clips as usual, brilliant. While I'm fixing these, I should have this video uploaded in time to remind you on the 17th of May, Plumbers vs Sparks football match. Charity for men's mental health at Oakwell Football Stadium, the one at Barnsley. I think that's it. It'd be great if some of you could come along, show your support. The website with all the information is soccertrade.co.uk. Tickets are like £6–7 a go, and there's a big trade event after also. Screwfix are going to be there, I know Bosch is going to be there, along with some others. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. And I think Dave has just turned up. He's ahead of schedule. I'm not ready at all. I better put the kettle on. Dave, how are you? Yeah, you all right?
You actually do work then, you don't just do videos. It's all right. Nice colour.
It is nice. So these are the new parts, which I have no idea where they go yet, but Dave is going to show me. So I've got to take all this apart now, yeah?
Right, so those ones wouldn't normally be in there now, so they can come out.
So take those ones out.
Yeah. I think paper.
Right, so David, these just go in there.
You can throw these on the floor now when your fingers are wet
Brilliant.
and cold,
Yeah.
and not lose the screws. And one goes there, and one goes there.
Do I nip them up now?
No, you take them off now. So
So that's it. So just take it apart now.
You don't need to take these out anymore.
Okay.
Just take the bottom one out there, and you should be able to slide it off.
That one there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's... Oh, lovely.
Yeah. So that now, apart from, you shouldn't really have any screws that fall on the ground now.
Brilliant.
That goes in.
Yeah.
And then literally that one there. These are retained in here.
Yeah. So basically, all these little screws, throw them away now. When are these coming into play? Next week. From next week, all the Simpson and Partners chargers are going to have these lovely little brackets with retaining screws, so you'll never lose a screw again. And these just fit on the side like that. How much better is that? So that's Dave gone. Bye, Dave. It's always the simple solutions to problems that are the absolute best. And this is a prime example of that. If you've ever installed a Simpson & Partners charger, you'll be very aware of these tiny little screws that they give you, which you need to try and get in there. And it's an absolute nightmare. They're always falling out. You're gonna lose them, especially if you've got like a gravel driveway below you. Now with these little things that they've manufactured with captive screws, and they simply slot in the sides like that, you can nip it up, job done. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Simpson & Partners. And after boiling the kettle a couple of times, drilling all my holes that I need to do so far on the battery, we're down to 80%. Anyway, back to the install, and I'll show you those brackets in action a bit later on. Gonna need some gloves for this one, me versus the prickly bush. So prickly. We're through. You may have noticed that I've been unusually messy with my drilling today, and that's because I want to test the battery out with this Hoover. And the battery is at 78% at the minute. And now inside here, I have the consumer unit livened up, and I've installed a Wago box here where I'll put my EV Ultra cable through, and I've carried on the Cat 5 straight through into this box, ready for the CT. On with the charger. And just quickly, battery, we are at 76%. And I've got to charge up the battery for my camera, so I'm just gonna bung that in there as well. So from now on, when you buy a Simpson & Partners charger, it's going to look like this, with these blue little brackets on the sides. So when you take it off, you're never going to lose your screws. Love it. The other thing that they've managed to sort out is you no longer have to undo these screws. As long as you've undone the bottom one, this should, with a bit of a wiggle, pop off just like that. Much easier to work with. What I need to do with this one is make sure I don't butt this right up to that edge, because the lid slides over the top. All right, perfect. It's gonna be a little bit awkward, this one. And that is all the drilling done. Battery is down to 70%. I can get ages out of that battery. I've got dust on my head. Also, got the best customer ever today, sparkling water and a lovely little selection. The other thing I always do before fixing my charger to the wall is put on my stuffing glands. You can invert it on the Simpson & Partners. If you're going back entry, make sure you really nip this up. And then outside, what I like to do is poke my cable through and then mark on the cable with my pen, which I've now lost. That's annoying. Mark the cable where you're going to strip it back. See if I can do it with this pen. It's not looking good, I'll be honest. Good enough. Keep losing my tools. I keep losing my tools. Found my tools. And then in this box of important bits, you'll find another stuffer. Brilliant. Thank you. Oh, another little 16mm stuffer for the CT, done that already, so thank you, I'll keep that. And then hopefully in one of these I should have some little washers, which are in this one. They're quite easy to lose, these washers, so watch out for that. There they are, if you can see that. And then importantly, one thing I'm an advocate for, if that's the word, putting some sealant around the cable before you pin it back, just to give it the best seal that you possibly can. And just be generous with this, because I don't want any water getting into this at all. Don't mind it overflowing. Whack it on. A little bit, belt and braces. Make sure she's nice and level. If you're interested, I went to Simpson & Partners and built my very own charger. If you want to see that, jump over, check out my channel. I'll put a link in the description below. That's the easiest thing. Check it out. They're very well made, these units. Mobile phone. Hello, can I help you? There's plenty of room to work inside this charger. One thing to remember is that the CT connections are up here, so don't cut this as short as this. You need to allow for this to come up to here. And the rest of them, you've got room to tuck them away a little bit and then bring them up. And I'm using CT1, which is these bottom two here. And the CT at the other end gets connected up to my EV Ultra, and then this has to go for the Henley block after the meter in a direction that the current is flowing. Like so. I probably should have put that behind those cables. That's better. And then we can just tuck the slack away inside that little Wago box. And don't worry if you've got the polarity wrong on those connections, because when you come to commission on the app, it will pick that up and you have the option to reverse it there. Testing time. I'll catch up with you in a second. So it is the moment of truth. Trying out those new little brackets. So the big bracket on the left side, just get them on and I'll nip them up in a second. And then the small bracket on the right hand side. That is so much better. And now I need to see if I can get that front cover on with this obstruction. Mwah. I'm going to crack on with the testing. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. See you next week.